This week's video is brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to grow your beautiful online presence and run your business. And guess what? You need a website. It's just not all social media these days. It's important because that's the one part of the internet that you own and you can control. So when I was starting my blog 4 years ago, TomWard.com, I chose Squarespace just because their sites looked incredible. They make it so easy to drop in content, whether it's video, audio, or just simple picture or text. And when you're running a site, and especially when you're starting out, you need data to tell you what kind of content your audience wants to see. And Squarespace gives it to you like crazy. They have everything you could need to run your site. And I wanted to grow my subscriber list when I was starting out too. And they used to use a third party to manage it and would never sync up properly. It would lose contacts. I hated it. Now that's all under one roof under Squarespace. It's seamless. So go check them out. Squarespace.com/TomWard to get 10% off your first order. Go check them out. Thanks, guys. Hey guys, welcome to the Tom Ward Show, where I interview the biggest influencers in the game. Make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. I've got some big ones coming up. Not just you, Quinn, you're big, but I also have Addison Ray coming up next week. Then I've got Charlie and Nessa too, so you're not going to want to miss them, so make sure you subscribe. I'm sitting here with the great Quinton Griggs. What's up, man?
What's up, man? Doing pretty good.
We were just talking about the Juice WRLD album, which dropped last night. What'd you think?
Oh man, I loved it. Me and Jaden actually. You said you interviewed Jaden too, but yeah, me and Jaden. I went over to his house last night and we listened to the whole thing together, and it was honestly heartbreaking. A couple of them, but other than that, it was a great album. Like hands down, the best albums ever.
Dude, the intro and the outro was tough to hear. You know what I mean? Because if you guys haven't listened to the album, it's like him talking.
Yeah.
And it's kind of sad when you hear him like talking. You're like, oh fuck, he's not around anymore.
Oh, and they made it sound like voicemails. You know what I'm saying? Like he was talking on a phone, and that's what kind of like set a vibe, and it was like, oh. Yeah.
So, the Josh stuff we'll touch on. That was dropping bombs. I mean, Chase just dropping bombs.
Yeah, Jaden was too.
Oh my god! And then the ban that was happening yesterday. There was a glitch in TikTok where you guys didn't see, like, all of a sudden I went on TikTok and I couldn't see any views. Everything was zero.
No likes, nothing. Yeah, honestly, when I saw that happen, I was like, I thought people were overreacting. I knew. I don't think TikTok is. They talk about the ban, but I don't think it's gonna get banned just yet. Like, I mean, it still has to go through like all that other stuff up in the government or whatever. It's gonna take a month or two before it gets actually banned. So like, I knew it was just a bug in the system, but like, just seeing everybody's reactions was kind of funny. Like I would think at one point like 50 different like top of the like app, like 50 of them were live at the same time. Yeah. People were freaking out about it. I was just sitting back like, yeah, chilling.
But dude, if I was you, I'd be freaking out. Like, that is your world. TikTok's your world. It's how you make a living.
Yeah. I mean, it is, but I mean, also you got to think about other social media apps too. Like, as soon as TikTok goes away, everybody's going to be looking for that new app. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's not like social media is just going to disappear, you know? Sure. There'll always be another app. So, I mean, I wasn't really that worried about it. Still ain't.
It happened. You might be too young, but it happened to the Vine guys, where all of a sudden they were huge on Vine, and then all of a sudden when Vine's gone, they're like, "Oh fuck, what do we do?"
Yeah.
And a lot of them became YouTubers. You know, Jake Paul, Logan Paul, all those guys. I looked at your channel. You do have a channel. You have 3 videos on there.
Yeah, no, we're not gonna talk about those.
We're not gonna talk about, okay.
Those are like embarrassing. Like, they're so cringy to watch for me. I'm like, oh god. Because like that was also a while back, and I wasn't like comfortable on camera yet and stuff like that. So it's kind of like it's a little bit cringy watching them how I used to be.
Do you feel like doing YouTube in the future, or are you just staying with like Instagram and TikTok?
As of right now, I don't see myself doing YouTube. I might eventually end up using it. But as of right now, I'm working on like fashion and modeling, more type stuff like that. So, I mean, I don't really need YouTube, but I mean, if I end up having to use it to like maybe reach a new audience or just like grow my own brand, then I'll use it.
What you working on fashion wise? You working with any like
Uh,
fashion houses or
not
clothes?
just yet, not just yet, but there are some like names that we're working on trying to get. Yeah, like Celine and stuff like that.
Oh
Yeah,
wow,
yeah. I'm
Celine's
excited about that one.
Celine's
Yeah,
big time, man. I know
I'm
Celine.
excited.
I had
Yeah.
to save up to get my wife a Celine handbag. Which that's no joke,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. They're they're helping me out there a lot. So
Wow, congrats. It's
yeah.
wild. Like Emma Chamberlain was the first person I saw do that. All of
Hmm.
a sudden she's kind of a kooky YouTuber, and then all of a sudden you see her on the, at Gucci and,
Yeah, yeah. I know.
in
I know
Italy.
Anthony. Anthony, have you talked to Anthony yet?
No, I haven't.
And I know Anthony got he's with Celine too. He just got that deal, which is insanely good. Like it's awesome. I'm so like excited for him.
Good money or just good exposure or both?
Both,
Uh,
both, and on top of it, he gets free clothes. Like you know what I'm
that's
saying?
that's the
Yeah,
dream.
yeah, literally.
That's wild. That's cool, man. And what do you do? Are you modeling for Celine? Or are you doing other stuff with that too?
I don't know yet. I don't know that yet. I hope so. I
Yeah, for
hope
real.
I hope I get to do all of it.
Nice, man. What do you think? I got to ask you because really, the Hype House, I mean, the Sway House, you guys were really kind of, you know, on the receiving end of that. All Chase's tweets. I mean, in case you guys didn't see this week, I'm sure everyone did because everyone was freaking the fuck out. But basically, he just put everyone on blast. He
Yeah,
named names. He said Jaden tried to hook up with Dixie while she was with Griffin. Griffin cheated on Dixie. Jaden and Josh cheated on Mabs and Nessa a ton of times. And even through Keo. Keo's like the nicest guy ever.
yeah,
He said Keo cheated on Olivia.
yeah. He was just trying to save himself at that point. I think. Really, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that he said that was completely wrong. I don't really want to get too deep into it because I don't want to like maybe I don't want to start anything again. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I think he was just trying to save himself and turn the story around, but it ended up being worse.
Dude, and I saw Bryce. I mean, Bryce seems like he's always ready to throw down at any time. Like Bryce is fucking
Yeah,
ready to go.
yeah, Bryce is yeah.
But I saw him and Jaden because I mean they kind of got
Mhm.
punked out in this thing. They were
Yeah,
gonna go over to the house. Whatever happened with
I
that?
mean, we were all over there. Like
Oh,
as
you
soon
were?
as yeah, like as soon as he tweeted that, actually, it's kind of funny. Me and Jaden and two of our other boys, they're actually Josh's homies from Canada. We were all sitting there eating. I don't remember where we went to eat, but we were just sitting there eating, and then we look. Jaden looks at his phone and looks up at us and goes, "All right, we gotta go." And I'm like, "What are you talking about? Like, no, we just got our food. We're not leaving." He was like, "Look," and I saw that he showed us the tweet, and we're like, "All right, let's go." Literally just got up from the table, left all of our food there, and just headed straight to the iPad. Like headed straight there.
What would you do? Because I've been to the Hype House. I interviewed those guys too. I guess they're in the same house, but they've got that gate when you pull in the driveway.
Hmm.
Like, what'd you do? Sit outside the gate or just punch the
Well, they
code in?
actually they moved. They moved
Oh,
into
okay.
yeah. They moved to a different house. So
Oh, so can you actually like pull in the driveway?
yeah, and yeah, they knew we were coming. I mean, we all tweeted out. All of us tweeted like, "Hey, we're on the way. Be ready." But like, I mean, we all like we all knew we weren't gonna fight each other. We
Sure.
didn't. I mean, the fighting is never the right thing to do. You need to talk it out. I mean, we knew we weren't gonna fight, but I mean, it's social media. People twist things around. So,
I mean, Chase is there. I mean, what the hell does he say? What do you guys say to him?
well, I personally I didn't go talk to Chase because I didn't want to. I didn't want to speak to that. I didn't want to say a word to him.
Yeah.
But Jaden and Bryce went up. They talked that out with him, and that's all. Honestly, that's all I know. They wouldn't. Jaden or Bryce wouldn't really tell us what happened in the room. They just said everything's settled. Don't worry about it. So
Okay.
yeah.
Well, shit, that's that, man.
Yeah.
But that was like the biggest news. I felt like I was watching an episode of Riverdale or some shit because I'm like just on Twitter, just watching the whole thing. It's like
Oh
this
my
is
goodness, it was crazy. It was insane. There
yeah,
were
it's like I'm watching a high school
there
show.
were so many different people tweeting at the same time. No one knew what was actually going on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was funny. And then like right when we got there, like paparazzi's already there, shoving cameras in our faces. Yeah, it was crazy. But I mean, it's all settled now. So
Are you used to that yet? Because I was looking on, and I'll ask you later. A lot of fans want to know your thoughts on Addison and Bryce. We'll talk about that later. But I was watching, I guess, Hollywood Fix. I guess they're the
yeah,
big one.
Hollywood Fix.
But dude, I saw them. I don't even know what it was on. Maybe it was Hollywood Fix's Instagram. But I saw Addison and Bryce coming out of Boa, the restaurant, and
I know what you're talking about.
there are flashes going off like it's fucking Jennifer Aniston and
Like
Brad Pitt.
yeah, like a Kardashian type deal. Like yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
when I saw that video, I was like, wow. Like I didn't know we had that big of a people watching this. That's kind of crazy. It's kind of scary though.
yeah. I mean, what do you think? I'm sure. I mean, you run with a circle. You're famous. You know, you got millions of followers. Have you run into that now? Are you seeing more paparazzi following you
um,
around?
honestly, the Hype House was when we went to the Hype House the other night. That was actually my first encounter with paparazzi
Uh,
that I've had like personally. Other than that, it's just like a bunch of fans out in public, which I have no problem with. I'll always take pictures with people. It doesn't bother me. But yeah, the other night at Hype House was my first time with paparazzi, and it was like I was like, why are you even here? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like this isn't like some kind of like we're not like huge celebrities like that, you know?
but you are though, and it's wild. Like I've been doing this for 3 years. I write for Forbes, and it's a
Mm-hmm.
long story. But I randomly, like, I'm an old guy with like a real job and shit, and I ended up writing for Forbes about influencers, right?
Mm-hmm.
No one, this is 3 years ago, no one was taking you guys seriously. No one was covering it.
Yeah.
And now, like, you look at it shows up on my YouTube recommended shit all the time. It's like Entertainment Tonight, E
Mm-hmm.
News, like mainstream celebrity type
Yeah,
places are
it's
covering you
crazy.
guys, like it's the Kardashians.
Yeah, it's insane. It's crazy. I never would have expected an app to do this, like be this big and stuff like that. It's crazy.
So what did you do? So you're from North Carolina. You talked about those cringy YouTube
Mm-hmm.
videos early. How did your whole social media career begin? Like what started this whole thing?
So I actually growing up, I grew up in Georgia, right? So Georgia football's a huge football's insanely big. So I grew up just grinding out football every day, just all day every day was football. That was my life. I knew nothing other than that. Um, I played since I was 5. Went to football camps every week, like every summer. I was gung ho football all my life, and then tore my ACL because I did track. I did track to stay in shape for football, but I was also a track star. I mean, I hate saying it. I hate bragging. I always hate bragging. But I was a track star too, and I tore my ACL in the long jump pit, and then got out of surgery, and it was over the summer of. It was over 2019 summer. Honestly, about a year ago is when I started. Actually, it was probably almost exactly a year ago now. I started at the end of July last year.
Fuck, I
Uh,
saw that. So were you still in high school? What grade were you, junior or senior?
yes, I'm going into my junior year, which is
Right now?
crazy.
Or
Yes,
wait, so
yeah.
are you still in high school? Everyone you know
I am
dropped
still.
out.
Well, I'm enrolling into online schools this year,
Okay.
but I am still like going into my junior year, which people are like, how?
Yeah.
People look at me and they're like, you're a sophomore? What?
That's
But
crazy.
yeah,
So when did you tear your ACL? Freshman year?
yes,
Okay. So
yeah.
then,
I tore my ACL freshman year of track, and then I actually was in social media all through sophomore year. My whole sophomore year in high school, I was going to school, coming home, and making videos.
what kind of videos? TikTok?
Yeah, TikTok. Yeah.
So what was your first, you go from like a athlete, track star, football guy to your kind of home, out of commission, let's start fucking with TikTok. Like, what made you even start that? And then what kind of videos were you doing?
At first I was goofing around. Like I was playing around. I think I went back and deleted all those old videos except for one. Which is the one that actually blew me up. It was my first ever video. It's kind of crazy. My first video I made, it blew up. But
Wow.
all it was, dude, was me jumping up on top of my truck because you know, I gotta have a truck. I have a truck. So I got up on it and I was just dancing around and it blew up because of my sprinkler system sprayed the crap out of my phone like while I was up there, and it just blew up. And then I just went from there. Like I was like, okay, I kept making videos for about a month. I think I gained like 500,000 in a month, and I was like, okay, I can do this. Like I might be able to take this somewhere.
Wow. So that was the sprinkler one. The truck one was since it's National Girlfriend's Day, right? Was that?
No, no,
Oh,
no,
it
no, no.
wasn't.
That was a different one. Which one was that? Oh, I know what you're talking about because that's on famous birthdays, right?
Yeah, it says that was your first viral video. So I
Yeah,
wasn't
I
sure.
know what you're. I know. I honestly, I remember that. I remember me putting that caption in somewhere, but I don't remember what video it was. Like what kind of. It might have been a fuckboy video, honestly.
But I saw the other two they said was probably didn't expect this, had 1 million likes, and then I don't have the best hip hop movement had 2 million. Were these all early videos?
Yes, the hip movement. Oh my goodness, I'm glad you brought that up because I
We'll
actually completely
insert the
forgot. I
video here.
started. So many people will say like I did it, but I started the hip movement. You know the hip that everybody does.
Yep.
I started that. So and that's when I was like, oh, I got the best hip movement in the game. I was just being cocky, like it was a joke, but I mean, it and then it just blew up into something else. I think when I posted that video, I think I gained, it was like 1 million overnight. Like I
Holy
swear, yeah,
shit.
yeah.
1 million? How good does that feel when you wake up and you've
Oh my
got
goodness, I was freaking out.
that's like the
I,
best high ever.
Yeah, I was freaking out, man. It was insane. I was like, oh my, oh, oh. I didn't know where to go. I was like, Mom, Mom.
So you're going to school this whole time, right?
Uh-huh. This whole time, when I made the hip movement, I actually remember it. I made it, and then I went to a basketball game, and I got out of the once I got out of the basketball game, I looked at my phone, and the video had like, I think 11 million views in like 3 hours.
Holy shit.
I was like, what is happening? It was crazy. Yeah.
Would the because I talk to TikTokers a lot, and the old school musically ones say like,
Mm-hmm.
when I was doing this 3 years ago, it wasn't cool, and people were clowning on me at
Oh
school,
yeah,
and I was like an outcast.
I used to completely bash musically. I hated it. Even though I was never on the app. If I was like, oh, you do musically, ew, like get away from me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now it's like mainstream. Everybody does it.
Was it cool when you were doing it? Like, were you had to be a big deal in high school?
It wasn't. It wasn't that. Um, let's see. I mean, people still called it like. I mean, I hate saying it, but gay. Everybody was like, "Oh, you're gay." Like,
Yeah.
like everybody always jumps to that because it wasn't. It still wasn't. Sorry if I keep looking outside. The boys are filming, and I was seeing what they
Oh,
were doing.
nice.
But
Move the screen. Let's see what they're up to.
yeah. Let's see. I actually don't know. Here, can I rotate on here?
I,
It's
oh,
yeah. Let's see.
you look good.
Tom wanted to see what y'all was doing.
Who's that?
YouTube stuff.
Oh, nice. Is that Bryce? I can't see.
Yeah, that's Bryson. That's
Uh,
Bryson Josh.
oh, nice, man.
Yeah. But
Right.
what were we talking about again?
Just high school. Like, was it? You had to be the big shit in high school. All of a sudden, getting all like
Well,
subscribers.
before I started social media, I had an older brother too. So, growing up with an older brother in high school, or like he was 3 years ahead of me. So it was like, even though I was in seventh grade, I always hung out with 11th and 12th graders in seventh grade because my brother always had those kind of like older groups over. So I always hung out with them. And then when I got in there, everybody already knew who I was, just for my brother in sports, also because I was obviously like big into sports.
Yeah,
So I
this is beyond a good-looking kid who's an athlete. This is beyond that. Every high school has those guys,
uh,
but not every high school has somebody with millions of followers.
very true. Yeah, yeah. When I started social media, it even with all the other like obviously everybody knew who I was already, but when I started social media, it was like everybody was just like, "Who's this guy?" Like, I mean, I got called a distraction in class
For why?
because I don't know. I honestly have no clue. They just called me my school called me a distraction in class because of my I guess my following or yeah, because like it got like people were like taking videos of me in the hallways and stuff like that. Yeah,
Oh, no shit.
yeah.
What was the girl situation at the time? You know, like so I can live through you. I mean, you're
Well, I'm gonna be honest. In North Carolina, in my school, honestly, it wasn't that like. I mean, all the girls knew. They all knew who I was, but like, I never talked to them.
right.
I never cared about it. You know, it was just the boys. I just
Gotcha.
walked around this. Yeah, like I mean, obviously, like, oh, I see a hot girl in school, and I'm like, damn, like she's bad. But I never like went up and talked to him. I was always a puss. So
Yeah,
even
but now you're getting hot social media stars, I'm sure, from all over the world in your DMs. Like,
yeah,
what's that like?
it's it's crazy. I don't even respond to them. I might like click on the DM, look at their page, and be like, oh wow, she's nice, and then I'll just go off of it. I'm like, all right, have a nice day. Like I don't DM because I mean I honestly like I could care less about hooking up with girls every night. It's not. I just don't care about it. Like,
So, what's up with you and Cynthia, man? Everybody wants to know what's going
oh
on.
yeah, we are official now.
You're official now?
Yeah, we are official now.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
it's
How's it go? How's it
how's it
going?
going?
People were speculating on it forever.
Yeah, forever. Oh my goodness, because we went on tour together like back in January. So like, and there was a bunch of videos going around of me and her like holding hands and stuff, like all the cringy stuff. But yeah, it's awesome. I always like I always like to have that person there that's always there for me, like when I need someone. You know what I'm saying? Like like I said earlier, I don't care about all these random girls. Like I like to have one. You know?
Yeah, and somebody who understands your world too. She's
Yes,
in this
yes,
game too.
absolutely. Yeah, she completely understands me, and it's dope too, cause like, oh, I love it, cause she'll joke around like she's a homie, you know. Like if some of the guys come over, it's like, it's not even. It's like, oh, she's not even really my girlfriend anymore. She's just like a homie to everybody, you know.
Yeah,
Like sits around, jokes, talks, but like she's still there for me, you know. It's dope.
yeah, because that's like the test, right? It's one thing if
Hmm.
you like her, but it's like she's got to
Yeah.
be one of
Oh
my
yeah.
boys
It
too.
was a huge test when she came over to Sway the first time. I was like, all right. I mean, I didn't say it out loud, but in my head, I was like, all right, this is our test. If she don't vibe, if she doesn't match the vibes. But yeah, yeah. I mean, and it also did help a lot that it was Cynthia because Cynthia's been in the she's been in social media for I think 2 years now. So she went on tour with Jaden and Griffin and Josh. She was on tour with them. So like they obviously already knew each other. They already had some kind of like they had that friendship there, which was dope. But yeah,
Nice, good for you, man. I
yeah,
hope everything works out.
yeah. I do
Hope
too. It's awesome right now.
good, man. So you're back in high school. You're blowing
Mm-hmm.
up. This is literally a year ago, which is so wild. So when do you tell your parents? Well, did you stop going to school at some point back there?
Uh, I always went. I went every day, unless the only time I didn't go to school was when I came out here the first time.
So how did you end up out here? What happened?
I came out here back in January. It was my first time. I only stayed for like 3 days, and it was like when I came in that first night, do this, but I still want to play football. So like I couldn't miss school. I didn't want to miss school. Um, so I came out to LA for like 4 days. And that first night, I was just chilling, like all by myself, sitting upstairs. And then Jaden and Josh came upstairs, and they're like, "Yo, you gonna come smoke with us?" And I was like, "No fucking way!" Like Josh and Jaden asked if I want to go smoke with them, so I was like, "All right, bet, let's go do it." So I went, we smoked, and like it was like from there on, it was like me, Jaden, and Josh, like just like clicked, and like everybody, not even just them, everybody. We all just, I was just sitting around, like finally like expressing myself and talking to everybody, and it was like, wow, like these are the homies, like, and then they just they were like, when they found out that I was only staying for 4 days, they were like, no bullshit, we want you to move in. like like it was a thing, like right off the bat, which was dope. Like, so it was like I came for 4 days, and then the next month I was like out here, like literally.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you explain that? I mean, this is a totally different word. Your
Oh yeah. Oh
parents
my
are
goodness. My
normal people,
parents.
right?
Yeah. Whenever I told them that they wanted me to move in, obviously they're like, um, not wanting to do it, because it's a huge step. I mean, letting a 16-year-old go all the way across the country, like by himself. So like, if I was to get hurt, or I was to do something stupid to fuck myself up, and I'm in the hospital, like it's gonna take them at least 3 or 4 days to get a flight and get out here. So they were very, very skeptical of that. But I mean, also it did help that my mom, the first time I came out to LA, she came with me. So like she got to meet all the team also, and like talk to Michael and stuff. So that was a big helper.
Were
Um,
you making money before you came out? Like, were you doing little brand deals and stuff?
I no, I actually hadn't got a single brand deal yet
Okay.
coming out. All my money was just from going live.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then how did it change when you hooked up with the crew and out here?
Oh man, it was like instantly, because you move in, you're like priority, really. Like you're out here, like you're in LA, you're living with the management team. Obviously they're gonna you're in their back pocket. You're always there, you're in their face, so they're gonna help you out a lot more. So I mean, yeah, what that moved, that was like within a week I had like maybe 4 or 5 brand deals in a week, which was
Wow.
insane. It was awesome. Yeah.
What's it feel like to have money? I mean, have like real money.
Oh, it feels good. It feels really good being able to go out and like spend money, not on myself, but like I buy a lot of stuff for my friends. I'm always like when especially when I go back home. When I go back home, it is like the most humbling feeling in the world, because like I'll go back home, and like I'll be able to like buy my friends like a pair of shoes, or some kind of clothing or food, even just food. Like I used to not be able to pay for my friends' food. Like it's awesome going back home, and like they're like, yeah, I don't. I'll be like, yo, you want to go get food? They'll be like, I mean, yeah, I don't have money. I said, you want to? And I'll be like, I said, you want to get food? I didn't ask if you wanted to pay. It's awesome. It's very humbling.
Did you do? I mean, did you get? What are you driving? Did you splurge on a car?
Oh, no, actually, before I started social media, I've always been into trucks. So back in North Carolina, we have a thing called squatted trucks. You ever heard
What's
of
that?
squatted trucks?
No.
So basically, I'll send you some pictures of my truck after the call.
Okay,
But
we'll put them in.
we basically take Silverados, Tahoes, Cat Eyes, all the trucks. We take all the trucks except for the newer models because they're too buff. But we take them, we lift them up like 6 to 8 inches, and then drop the back. So you're like sitting like that.
Yeah, I know
So,
what you mean.
and we got big ass like tires and rims. Like I have 6 and 7s. I have 26-inch rims and
Damn.
37-inch tires on my truck.
Damn.
Yeah, it's awesome. So like right now, you said if I was like doing anything like spurging out of my truck. Actually, right now I'm actually in the like I'm actually working on it right now. So I'm getting it wrapped right now. It's getting wrapped. I got Texas Longhorns, like the horns off of a bull. I'm
Yeah.
putting on the hood. I'm gonna put them on the hood, so it's like horns coming out of the hood. and everything like that. Yeah, it's dope.
What kind of wrap are you gonna put on it?
It's a what do you call those, holographic wrap, where the sunlight hits it and it changes it into a different color. But
Oh, cool.
it's called Almalite Gem. I'll send you a picture of the wrap too.
Oh,
It's
nice. Okay.
it's dope. It's like green, red, yellow, bunch of different colors in it when the sun hits it. It's really dope.
How the fuck do you drive a big ass truck like that around LA? There's nowhere to park. What do you
Yeah,
do?
I don't have it out here yet.
Oh, okay.
And I honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna bring it out here because, like, it's an '01. It's a 2001 Tahoe. It's like what, 19 years old now. So like, going up through the hills, this terrain sucks on any vehicle. And not only that, but if I brought it out here, I'd be getting pulled over like crazy. Not because of like driving drunk or doing stupid shit, just because my truck is just completely illegal. Like I have straight pipes, no catalytic converters. The cats are took out. So, and I have 5% over 20 all the way around. 10. So like I'll be going through the hills and I'll be sitting in third, just bop, 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 just clapping off all the all the houses. It wouldn't be a good thing to have with that truck out here.
Awesome.
I want to bring it out here so bad, but like I'd be paying so much tickets off.
You've been getting back to North Carolina at all, or what?
Yeah, I actually I'm going back next Sunday. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be there for a week and a half, and I'm going back not only to see the fam. Obviously, I got to see the fam every now and then. But there's this huge truck meet. So we have big truck meets in North Carolina also. There's this big truck meet that happens twice a year in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and it's called Nopi. And it's basically these people rent out an entire national stadium, and it's just for that whole weekend. It's just like trucks like I have, like squatted trucks, huge tires, 14 wides, like that stick way out, and like loud mufflers, just everything, like all go in there and meet up for like 3 days in the weekend, and it's basically just a huge party.
Oh, it's badass, man.
Huh?
I said that's badass.
Yeah, it's dope. All you hear is just wow, wow, wow. All the trucks just revving their engines and stuff. It's awesome though.
That's
It's
cool.
so fun. Yeah.
So let me ask you about the house now. Who's in it? Because you've got Jaden, Josh, and Anthony out. Who's in the house now?
As of right now, it's me, Griffin, Bryce, Noah Beck, and Blake Gray. There's 5 of us, but I don't know if this has been announced yet, so I don't know if you can put it in or not. Me and Griffin are actually leaving.
Where are you guys going?
We're joining. Well, we're still a part of Sway. Well, just like Jaden and Josh, they'll all, and Anthony, we'll always all be a part of Sway. We'll always be remembered as Sway. We'll always carry that brand with us. But me and Griffin are moving into the Sway Gaming House.
Oh yeah, I know where.
But I'm not moving in there to game. It's mainly for my own sake and my brand. I want to protect it because as much as I love it here, we're always in controversy. I mean, it's obvious. We're always doing stupid shit, getting ourselves in trouble. I mean, we're just a group of guys. We're a frat, basically. So I just want to make sure my brand stays safe. And so yeah, me and Griff are moving into this Sway Gaming House just to protect our brands. But obviously, I'll be over here like 4 or 5 times a week just to collab and just be around the guys again.
Very cool. To do a lot of fan questions for you. So follow me on TikTok at MyDraw1. So I asked on there what questions you have for Quinton. By far, the number one was thoughts on Bryson Addison.
Always. That's always the number one question when I go live, my comment section, everything. Just like, oh, Bryson Addison, because I'm the only one that'll talk about it. All the other guys see like Bryson Addison, they're like, oh, I don't want to talk about it. But I use it as a way to like mess with Bryce. Because I know he hates whenever I talk about it. So I'm like, if I see it, I'll be live and they'll be like, yo, do you ship Bryson Addison? And if Bryce is in the other room, I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll say it like really loud so you'll hear me. I'll be like, oh, 100%, all day, every day. I ship Bryson Addison all day, every day. Which I mean, I really do. Like I'll always like they're dope together. But I'll always mess with Bryce saying that. But yeah, I do 100% ship them.
So they're together, right? Didn't they kind of announce that?
I don't honestly. I don't know. I can't answer that one. I don't know if they're together or not.
Well, they caught him going on a couple dates, like 2 nights in a row. So I mean,
yeah, they did. They have gone on a couple dates, but I'm not sure if they're like official yet or not.
They're like the celebrity. I said it before, like Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston. Like,
yeah. Oh yeah, they are. Yeah, they're on that level. They're definitely on that level.
And people love them together. Are so crazy.
Yeah.
When Bryce wasn't talking to her, and if he had any interest in any girl or seen with another girl, the fans would fucking comment
shit on that the other girl.
Shit all over the girl. Shit on her.
Literally. Yeah,
they're so invested.
They're like ruthless when it comes down to Bryson Addison. Like you can be like, oh, I hate Bryson Addison. The fans are like knives at your throat. Like you don't say that.
What do you think it is? Why them? Like there's
I don't know. Well, I think it's because they were like the first, or like it was Addison's first like social media like boyfriend. So they always like, you know what I'm saying? It's either Bryce or nothing.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah. Well, I wish them the best. It sounds like they're together, but we'll see. I'm sure they'll make an announcement and they'll get fucking 100 billion views and 1 million likes.
Literally, it will.
Oh my god!
Number one trending everywhere.
It should be a brand deal when they announce it.
Literally,
they should have like a Bang energy drink in the ad or something.
Yeah, with their faces on it.
Talk to Gruen; he can make that happen.
I bet he could. Michael would be like, "Oh yeah, well actually I know the owner of Bang, so I say that because I mess with Michael a lot because he knows everybody. I mean, the guy knows everybody. So like we'll be talking, like we'll go out to dinner sometimes, and we'll just be talking, and I'll be like, "Oh yeah, like this place would be cool to go to," and he'd be like, "Oh yeah, well I actually know the owner, so." He's like, I can get you in. I'm like, oh yeah, you know the owner of everybody. You know the owner. I just mess with them like that. It's funny.
Well, the person watching this probably has no idea what we're talking about, but Michael Gruen, I'll insert picture here of Michael Gruen, the great Michael Gruen. He's a founder, right, an executive at their talent agency, and he's 20 years old, and he's helped me out so much. Like, Tom, you should have this guest on. He's always texting me, you should sit down with this person. You should do a podcast with these people. Here, and he'll just get on, I'll get random FaceTime calls from him. He's just got some.
Yeah, he's always looking out for everybody.
He's a good dude.
Yeah.
Good guy to have on your side.
Yeah, he's a legend. He's definitely, I mean, the guy graduated high school at 14.
Who does that?
Who does that? I mean, he's a millionaire at 15, like probably not even a year after graduating high school, he's a millionaire.
Fucking crazy, man.
Like, he's insane. He's a legend.
Well, dude, this is a random question. What's your middle name?
John Phillip.
John Phillip, okay.
Yeah.
What do you think of Josh and Nessa's breakup?
It's better for the both of them. It's a lot better for both of them. That's all I'm going to put into that.
Okay, fair enough.
For both their sakes, it's better.
Yeah. What's your biggest regret on social media?
I don't know, man. Nothing, because nothing's really happened to me yet.
Knock on wood, man. You don't want to.
Yeah,
you don't want to get canceled.
I hope it stays like. I mean, I know it's not going to stay like that. Everybody has their ups and downs, but it just hasn't. I don't think anything really like bad has happened yet.
Good. So, knock on wood, brother.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part of being an influencer?
Oh man, just meeting new people. I'm always a people person. I hate being in a room and like it's quiet. I gotta be talking. I gotta be talking to somebody. So meeting all these new people, it's like, and people that I look up to, that I used to look up to, like for instance, like Jaden and Josh, meeting them, it's like, it's awesome. It's insane.
Who's the biggest person you met that you were like a fan of?
David Dobrik. Right now, and I've met a couple rappers. Lil Mosey, met Lil Mosey, dope dude. David Dobrik, Lil Mosey. Who else is there's a couple more. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but yeah.
Nice. Well, I think that's it, brother. You got anything else to talk about? We'll put in your TikToks. We'll put in Twitter, Instagram.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm chilling. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I got to give some shout outs. We always give shout outs in the interviews.
Mm-hmm.
Subscribe to my channel and comment below, and I'll pick some of you to give you a shout out in the Addison interview. So I'll probably get a fucking million comments and
Yeah.
subscribers.
Oh man,
there.
you're gonna see so much.
Let's get some more, baby. I would give a shout out to Sophia, Nikita Jimenez, Molly Doxy, Christian, Freya, and most important, my wife's cousin, Alina Land. So she's a huge fan.
Out.
Give Alina a shout out.
Shout out to all those people. Shout out.
All right. Awesome. So I always do like a Tom's Top 5, where I ask you just a question or a category, and you just pick your top 5. Who are your 5 favorite Sway House members, past and present? In order.
Okay. Oh, man. I'm sorry, boys, if you're watching this. I love y'all. Let's see. It'd go Jaden, Josh. Those are top 2. Jaden first, Josh. I'd honestly, I'd say Anthony and then Bryce. So Jaden, Josh, Anthony, Bryce. And honestly, I might switch Anthony and Bryce. Yeah, switch Anthony and Bryce.
Okay.
Bryce is just good at teaching me lessons. So Jaden, Josh, Bryce, Anthony, and who would I put there?
Got one more.
Let's see. Who do I have left? I got Noah, Griffin, and Blake left.